UK wage shock 2025, massive minimum pay rise confirmed. What every worker must know this October. Breaking news for every UK worker, the government has just dropped a bombshell that could change your paycheck forever. A nationwide minimum wage increase has been officially confirmed, kicking in this October, and it's bigger than anyone expected. Whether you're a full-time employee, part-time worker, or apprentice, your next payslip could look very different. But this isn't just about higher wages. It's about fairer pay, rising living costs, and how this change could reshape the financial future of millions across the UK. Stay tuned, because what's coming next affects you directly. Before starting the video, seniors, please, my request to you is to subscribe to my channel, like it, share the channel as much as possible, and send my channel link to your retired and pensioner brothers so that they also subscribe to my channel and support me. Please, I need your support very much. Please, seniors, subscribe to my channel. I promise all my senior brothers and sisters and pensioner brothers and sisters, and especially my retired brothers, that you will always get true news on my channel. In the end, I want to say a heartfelt thank you for your support. Welcome back to State Pension Update, and today we have a truly significant development that will impact millions across the UK. A major government announcement has just confirmed a nationwide increase in the national minimum wage, officially taking effect from October 18th, 2025. This update represents one of the most important wage reforms in recent years, promising to bring real financial relief to workers who've been struggling with the persistent cost of living crisis. From young apprentices just stepping into their first jobs to full-time employees supporting families, this move is set to put more money into the pockets of hardworking people across the country. After months of speculation, debates, and consultations with the Low Pay Commission, the government has finalized and approved this long-awaited pay rise. The updated minimum wage rates are being introduced to combat rising inflation and to ensure that wages fairly reflect the realities of everyday life in the UK. It's a direct effort to support lower-income households who've been hit hardest by higher food bills, rent, and energy costs. The official publication of this update appeared on Gov.uk with the full backing of the Low Pay Commission's recommendations. The main goal is clear: to strengthen household income, reduce inequality, and protect workers from ongoing inflationary pressure. Starting October 18th, 2025, every employer in the UK must comply with the new rates. The changes will apply to all workers aged 16 and above, including apprentices. The national living wage, previously applicable to those aged 23 and over, will now extend to everyone aged 21 and above, signaling the government's broader commitment to closing income gaps between age groups. Here's what the new hourly pay rates look like. Workers aged 21 and over will now earn $12.15 per hour, up from $11.44. Those aged 18 to 20 will earn $10.85, up from $8.60. Workers aged 16 to 17 will now get $7.10 per hour, up from $6.40, and apprentices will see a raise from $6.40 to $6.90 per hour. This rise represents a meaningful leap for many young workers and entry-level employees who've long struggled with stagnant pay. It brings the UK one step closer to a fairer and more balanced wage system. For full-time employees, these new rates could mean as much as $400 more per year, while part-time workers might see their monthly income increase by $50 to $70, a boost that could make a real difference in covering essentials like food, travel, and bills. Employers across the UK are required by law to update payroll systems, adjust holiday pay, and ensure overtime calculations are aligned with the new wage levels by the October deadline. However, while employees are set to benefit, small businesses face a challenging adjustment period. Many small and medium-sized enterprises will need to rework budgets, revise contracts, and recalculate operating costs to accommodate the new wage structure. The government is offering assistance through official business support helplines and online guidance to help employers transition smoothly. Even so, wage budgets could rise by up to 6% for some smaller firms. The government has made it clear that HMRC will enforce strict penalties for any employer who fails to comply, with fines reaching up to 200% of unpaid wages in cases of violation. For those receiving universal credit, housing benefit, or other government support, this pay rise could also affect benefit calculations. The Department for Work and Pensions, DWP, has stated that while earnings thresholds may adjust, most workers will not lose their benefits as long as their income remains within the updated taper limits. Benefit thresholds are currently under review to ensure that the making work pay principle continues to hold true. However, claimants are reminded to report any income changes promptly to avoid overpayments or administrative delays. This wage increase is part of a broader national effort to tackle the cost of living crisis that continues to impact millions. Rising energy prices, high rents, and expensive groceries have pushed many households to the edge, and this reform is designed to provide breathing space. It complements other government measures such as energy bill rebates, benefit uplifts, and pension adjustments, all aimed at making life a bit more manageable for families, single parents, and even working pensioners. By raising pay, the government hopes to stimulate local economies, strengthen community spending, and create a more resilient workforce overall. The biggest winners of this increase will be employees in retail, hospitality, cleaning, and social care, industries that rely heavily on minimum wage workers. Many care workers who play a vital role in supporting vulnerable people will finally receive a more fitting wage for their contributions. Young workers and part-time staff are also expected to see some of the most significant percentage increases, helping to narrow the gender pay gap, which could shrink modestly throughout 2025. With the new rules coming into effect, employers are being urged to act immediately to avoid non-compliance. Payroll departments must finalize updates, contracts must be revised, and staff must be clearly informed of their new rates well before the October 18th deadline. The government has confirmed that HMRC will carry out random post-implementation checks, meaning businesses should ensure accuracy and transparency in all wage-related records. Employers must also ensure that apprentices are paid according to the correct rate for their age and training level, as underpayment will trigger penalties and potential public naming by HMRC. For employees, it's crucial to know your rights. If your employer fails to pay you the new minimum wage, the law is on your side. You can report violations anonymously and confidentially through the official Gov UK portal. Workers are legally protected from any retaliation for raising such concerns, and the penalties for employers found in breach are severe. In fact, over 500 companies were fined in 2024 for failing to meet wage requirements, and the government has promised even tighter enforcement this time around. Looking toward the future, this increase is not the end of the journey, but part of a long-term strategy. The UK government's goal is to see the national living wage reach 13 per hour by 2027, in line with projected inflation and economic growth. The Low Pay Commission will continue to monitor and adjust wage policies to ensure fairness and sustainability across all sectors. This vision ties into the broader national strategy of building a stronger, fairer, and more productive economy where everyone's hard work is properly rewarded. For workers, this is a time to stay informed and plan ahead. As wages rise, some may experience adjustments in benefits, taxes, or pension contributions, so it's wise to review payslips, track income changes, and stay updated through official channels. The upcoming years will likely bring further reviews as the government continues to adapt to economic realities. This October's wage increase is far more than a policy adjustment. It's a symbol of progress and fairness. It marks a genuine effort to ensure that work pays and that everyone, from apprentices to seasoned professionals, has a fair chance to thrive despite economic challenges. As inflation continues to impact households, this pay rise is a step towards stability, dignity, and opportunity for millions of British workers. Stay tuned to State Pension Update for the latest breaking news on wage changes, pension reforms, and DWP updates that directly shape your income and everyday financial security. Because here, we make sure you never miss the news that matters most to your wallet, your benefits, and your future.